For today's selection of my favorite games of 2025, we're going with deck building. This is one of two genres left that are going to be on the short side, and then we got some very large ones to discuss. Still, it was a fantastic year of deck building with some very amazing takes for us to talk about. Before we begin the list proper, I want to give a shout out to a smaller indie game that we played a little bit of that I did not get a chance to really dive into, and that was Princess Covenant. Kind of like a mix between a roguelite and a deck builder that was released in 2025. We played it during my stream of kind of the winter sale games, but I didn't get a chance to go too far into it. But from what I saw, it did show some potential, and it could be a very solid recommendation. With that, I have three really amazing deck builders that kind of made the list this year. The first one goes to Out of Hands, the very surreal, horror, and very handsy deck builder, where everything, as the title implies, was made out of hands, and you must battle all manner of hand-shaped amalgamations using powerful weapons like rulers, whiteout, pens, and more. The aesthetics and art style of the game are on point, and I love the kind of like stop motion effect they have for some of the cases. The game featured multiple endings, and just a really kind of solid take on doing something different with deck building. I believe they did release some updates to make the game harder and kind of like a roguelike endless mode, but the main story should be very solid for anyone interested. If you did miss this one, and looking for a healthy dose of horror with your deck building, then it is a very easy recommendation, and I am all for whatever the developer will work on next. Who knows, maybe we'll see some more hands, fingers, feet, whatever in their next game. My next pick is for the only game that managed to get close to competing with Slay the Spire when it was released, and that is Monster Train, or specifically Monster Train 2, the bigger, bolder, and trainier sequel, featuring more factions, more ways of adjusting and manipulating your cards, and of course, plenty more cards and artifacts and ways of upgrading and augmenting them. While the sequel doesn't kind of go off the rails in terms of changing how the game works, it is still more Monster Train goodness, and by the time you're watching this, I believe they have their first major expansion / DLC out. So if you have not joined up on the crazy so you haven't gone on the crazy deck building train, it is a very easy recommendation, and it's still very hard to tell at the moment whether or not Monster Train 2 supersedes the first game, but this is still a great entry and another very solid take for the deck building genre. And for the last pick, I'm giving it to Howl, the Souls-like deck builder that was released. A really great fundamental in terms of its design and concept, mixing a bit of strategy RPG with that of a deck builder, and then all framing it within the kind of mechanical confines of a Souls-like, as you must explore the world, and all progress is kind of locked when you reach the kind of sanctuary / bonfires. It is far more on the puzzle side compared to the previous games mentioned in this video, as each one of the game's areas requires you to build a new deck to make use of the specific rules, deal with the specific enemies, and of course, fight the potentially very difficult boss. We went through this entire game on stream, I think it took like a month or two, and since we finished it, the developer did release a balancing patch and make some of the game easier, and also nerfing a few of my game-breaking strategies to compensate. This is just a phenomenal example of a deck builder, and how you can take this genre and still do something different and original with it. If you don't mind the challenge, it is a very easy recommendation, and we shall see if anyone else will do something differently with deck builders in 2026. With that, we are done with deck builders. We have one more shortened category between strategy and city builders, and I'll be kind of having a grab bag of all the games that kind of didn't really fit a genre that we'll talk about in the finale. But we are still quite a far away from that, as once we're done with strategy and city building, we got the very large genres left to do. What are some of your favorite deck builders from 2025? Are there any that you know about in 26 that you're interested in? With that, come back tomorrow as we are still talking about the many amazing games of 2025. Thanks for watching, and a special thank you to our Patreon supporters. If you enjoyed the video, do the YouTubing stuff, be sure to visit our Discord and Patreon, and you're interested in more in my thoughts on design, check out my game design books.